We'll get the first official injury report of the week on Wednesday for Saints and 49ers, and it's going to be a pretty fascinating look. Obviously, from the Saints' perspective, how's Chase Young coming along? Will he be available this week as the calf? What about an update on Trevor Penning with the toe? He's got a toe. But definitely still interested to see if the Saints make any type of move at safety to account for the injury suffered over the weekend in the game against Arizona with Julian Blackmon. But probably what happens with San Francisco, not probably, certainly what happens with San Francisco is going to be far more interesting. So just the quick catch-up, if you're not familiar. Brock Purdy suffered a couple of injuries over the weekend in the 49ers season-opening win. Kyle Shanahan was asked on Monday if one of the injuries for Purdy was worse than the other and asked about his availability for the weekend.
I'd probably say the toe's worse than the shoulder.
And what about his availability this week?
Yeah, we're not sure. We got to see how it heals and how the week goes on it.
Okay, so Kyle Shanahan obviously not divulging much on Brock Purdy. Again, we'll know more in an official capacity on Wednesday when the teams get Tuesday's an off day in the NFL. So on Wednesday when they're back out on the practice field and they issue the first injury report of the week, we'll have a much better sense of this. Now, remember, if Brock Purdy can't go, the backup in San Francisco is Mac Jones, the former Alabama quarterback, first-round pick of the New England Patriots, who had just a miserable time in New England and is now the backup in San Francisco. Here was Shanahan on his feelings about Mac Jones and his potential readiness to play in this ballgame.
I think Mac had a really good camp, going back all the way to OTAs and training camp. I think he's gotten really used to what we do. Had a little setback there the last couple of weeks of camp with the injury that he got, but he had a good week of practice last week, picking up really right where he left off, and he has to go this week. He'll lead the guys. The guys will believe in him, and I know he'll do his job at a high level.
It's his third team in as many years. Remember, Jones was with New England in 21, 22, and 23. 24 last year he spent with Jacksonville, where he played in 10 games for the Jaguars. And then this year now is the backup in San Francisco, who could very well be called upon to play. If you pay attention to these sorts of things, the point spread often is a very good indicator of what's going to happen. Las Vegas, in many instances, has good sources because they're setting lines, and there's large dollar amounts that exchange hands in wagering. That point spread opened up with the Saints as a 7-point home underdog against the 49ers. It is now at 4.5 presently. So that thing has come down as a result of this Brock Purdy news, and the fact that San Francisco could very well be coming to New Orleans playing with a backup quarterback. Now, is Mac Jones in his 5th NFL season, who's played in 52 career games, a better option than Spencer Rattler? Objectively, yes. He is a more veteran option. He's a more experienced option. He's got more start, snaps, attempts, touchdowns, everything. Wins. Spencer Rattler is still not won a game as a starting quarterback in the NFL. However, that clearly does limit the 49ers' opportunity to come here and win the game. A couple of other things that are certainly of note. So George Kittle, the fantastic all-pro tight end from the 49ers, he's gone on IR with a hamstring injury, so he will miss at least the next 4 games. That is significant. I mean, Kittle is a big piece of that offense and what they do, and he's been a big piece of that offense for a decade now. So what San Francisco does, so that is, we're not sure what's going to happen with Purdy. We know Kittle will not play. Shanahan was asked about tight end Jake Tongs and what his availability or impact could be.
I mean, the biggest thing that stands out is his hands. I mean, he's got really good hands, which you could see on that last play. He's got athletic ability. Then when you tie athletic ability with someone's hands and size, he's got the tools to be good in the pass game. But he had to come a long way in the run game to be able to make the team and be out there. And he has come a long way in the run game, and he continues to improve in the pass game too. So yesterday was his first day kind of sticking out to anyone, and hopefully he'll continue to get better from that and put together a good career here.
He caught all 3 targets. He does have a touchdown as well, as you heard Shanahan mention. Shanahan was also asked if Braden Willis will come up from the practice squad to provide some depth there as well.
Oh, yeah. Braden was bumped up a ton last year and was on a roster a ton last year. So Braden's played in a lot of games for us, and we wouldn't hesitate to bring Braden out there.
Listen, Shanahan's a really good coach. The 49ers roster is objectively better than the New Orleans Saints. I mean, everybody's roster is objectively better than the New Orleans Saints. I don't know if you saw it today, but the updated odds are out for Super Bowl, Conference Championship, and Division champions as well. The New Orleans Saints not only have the worst odds to win the division at 22-1, they also have the worst odds to win the NFC at 150-1, and the worst odds to win the Super Bowl at 500-1. So, yes, this is the worst roster in the NFL. So San Francisco, even with a backup quarterback, is still favored by 4.5 in New Orleans. But it very clearly gives New Orleans a better opportunity of winning this game if Brock Purdy's not there and they have to rely on Mac Jones. So we are going to follow this. Wednesday will be a much clearer picture of what this game is going to look like based on injury reports and who's trending toward playing on Sunday. Listen, I don't think the Saints are going to have many opportunities to win games this year. You know my feeling on that? I think that, like, the ceiling, every single thing possible breaks New Orleans' way. I think the ceiling is 7. Like, you already lost one at home against Arizona, which would have been one of those, quote-unquote, everything breaking your way wins. You didn't get it. You still, after the Niners, you got to go to Seattle, to Buffalo, before you're home against the Giants and Pats, which are a couple of winnable games, potentially, at home. But this one now, if you get to face a backup quarterback, gives you a far greater opportunity of winning it. So, again, we'll see on Thursday what it looks, or on Wednesday when the initial injury report comes out, and what it'll look like for Saints and Niners when that first injury report comes out. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.